Hey everybody, it's Jim and you're watching Vendor Corner, brought to you by Decades Reclaimed Vintage Depot, located at 502 West Brennan Road, Lakeland, Florida 33813. This show is for people who have an antique booth or are shop owners in a shop or a store like Decades Reclaimed Vintage Depot. Tonight we are going to talk about sourcing and buying. Okay, we're going to go through the different ways to source stuff for your antique booth, okay, or your mall, and then we're going to talk about purchasing those items. Two different things. All right, let's get it started first of all with sourcing. Let's go through the different ways that you can source. Probably the first and foremost is a yard sale. Great place to find items. It's going to vary from yard sale to yard sale, so this is stuff that people are getting rid of, and then you're hopefully picking up some good stuff to bring to your booth or your mall. The second one would be estate sales. Another good place to find a wide variety, because usually it's the whole entire house that's being sold. It's their collection. It's everything that they have. The downfall is the price on that. Usually, if you're going to shop estate sales, the best thing to do is wait until the last day when they have their sale, and then go ahead and get it then. The next thing would be friends and family. People are always getting rid of something, so make sure that they understand that you're a reseller, that you have an antique booth, and that you, if they have any items you might be interested in those. Great place to find that stuff. You can use social media, Facebook Marketplace. But the prices there are going to be a little bit different. We'll talk about buying later, but there's a lot of stuff on Marketplace too, and of course on eBay and all the reselling platforms. They're an avenue to find things, as long as you can find them cheap, and we'll talk about that more when we talk about buying. And then the biggest way for me is, because I'm a shop owner, stuff comes into me all the time. That's probably my number one, and number two would be yard sales. So that's all the different ways that you can source stuff. I'm sure there's more. If you can think of something else, put it in the comments down below. People will read it and they'll thank you for it. Now let's move on to buying. Okay, buying is the biggest thing. Buying comes first. Before you can sell it, before anything, you got to buy it. And you have to buy right. You have to buy low so that you can sell low. And what I mean by that, if an item like a Pyrex bowl, you can buy it for $5 and it sells for $45 normally, you can mark it to $30 and it might go much faster than you think. If you wait to get top dollar, you might be holding on to it for a while. So buying is important. My philosophy in buying is that I do 30%. So if an item's going to sell for $90, I'm going to pay $30 for it. They're going to get $30. I feel it costs me $30 to sell it, and at the end of the day, I'm going to get $30. Now, $30 to sell it, Jim, that's crazy. I have to pay rent in my booth space, the time to clean it, tag it. Maybe I don't have room right away, so I have to store it. There's storage. And then there's a percentage that goes to the shop. So if you add all that up, and in that 30%, you got to have a negotiation room. So that all goes into that 30%. The 30% it costs me to sell it. I want to make as much as they do at the end of the day. So there you go. So 30% rule is what I do that. But you need to buy smartly. You can't pay $20 for an item that you're going to sell for $30, because if your shop has any kind of percentage it takes, it's just going to crush you. You have no room to negotiate. You're going to wind up losing money. So buying is probably more important. Sourcing, you're going to be able to get it. You can go all of those different ways that we said source, but at the end of the day, if you're not purchasing smartly, if you're not purchasing where you can make some money and where you have wiggle room, you're just going to lose at the end of the day. And sourcing's the fun part. Buying is fun as long as you're buying correctly. So you gotta buy correctly, and then you gotta sell the item. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say. It's all I wanted to reach out to you guys and let you know, was that sourcing and buying are two different things. So, all right, not the best of shows by any means, but hopefully we'll see you again. Have a great night.